Our man Michael Kirshner from UDDA Sports is back. So we all made bets on the Super Bowl. And are we going to keep sports betting on UDDA now that football's over? Michael Kirshner coming up next. All right, everybody. Hey, it is a Thursday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube and Facebook, glad to have you guys here. Get involved in the chat. Make sure if you're a Facebooker, start a watch party and bring all your friends who are from San Diego, who are around the world or even around town. Bring them into the Great Friends community. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, and any other audio podcast platform. Glad to have you guys along. And for those of you who listen on radio, on traditional radio 1090, spread the word, man. We're back on the air. So, okay. Let me ask you guys a question. Thank you. Last week, we talked to Michael Kirshner from UDDA Sports, UDDA, UDDA Man. You can download their app. We had this Super Bowl bankroll contest going on their app. Anybody who went in there got 50,000 UDDA bucks to play. And Michael set up this whole thing where you bet it on NBA basketball on Saturday, you build up your bankroll, you let it fly on the Super Bowl. Well, Saturday evening, I realized I didn't put any bets on any NBA basketball games. So the 50 grand was sitting in my account.
Yep.
I made my bet on the Super Bowl. I took Tampa plus the 3, and I put all 50,000 UDDA bucks on it. And of course, Tampa won, so I hit it. And I think I had a total of 95,000 UDDA bucks. My 50,000 collected 45,000, and I think I had 95,000. But I didn't win. It wasn't even close. Alex, how did you bet?
I won. I don't think you bet it on +3. I think you bet it on the money line or something, because I know I bet it on the +3 because unlike Browner, who was so confident about working his way to a crap ton of money before he even got to Sunday, Browner went broke.
No, I didn't.
Dude, you have $0. You had 68 cents in your bankroll.
Because listen. I did good on basketball. I didn't win the Super Bowl bet.
I just saved all my 50 because I thought people would be like Browner and be confident and try and build it up, where I didn't take a chance betting, and I saved it +3. So my bankroll ended up being 122,500, and I finished tied. A bunch of us finished tied for third place.
I don't get it though. If you bet 50,000 UDDA bucks on the Buccaneers to cover the 3.
Yeah.
How did it go from 50,000 to 122? I'm telling you, I bet it 50,000 on Tampa +3. That was my only bet of the entire game.
Maybe we can ask Michael that question.
Well, yeah. So the 50,000, you were paying some juice. So -110. So 50,000 would pay something like 46,500.
Yes.
So that would leave you with 96,500 or so.
Okay, that's what I'm saying to you. So I bet Tampa Bay to cover the 3 points, Michael. I think Alex played the money line. I think Alex did something that he didn't know and got lucky. So if you bet the money line, explain what the money line means, because I don't really know what it means.
Well, let me tell you, he did. I just went into the standings and looked at his pick. So he did bet the money line. So in every sport, or most sports, there's a spread bet and a money line bet. So in the Super Bowl, the Bucs were +3 on the spread, meaning that they could lose by 2 points and you'd still win the bet.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for Kansas City to cover, they would have had to win by 4. If they won by 3, it would have been a tie, a push.
Mm-hmm.
And because Tampa could have lost by 2 and still won the bet. What Alex wound up doing is he bet the money line. So the money line means he's just picking the winner of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the odds are set so that the favorite, you're going to make less. The underdog, you'll make more. The Tampa Bay to win outright.
Excuse me. So what this means is, Alex, you messed up. You thought Tampa would cover. You didn't think they would win. You messed up and you played the wrong bet. And as a result, you made about 35,000 more by screwing up your bet.
My bet at +145 paid off $72,500.
That's right.
Okay. So Michael, I interrupted, but go back to so money line. Then you when you bet on the money line on the underdog, you're betting for the underdog to actually win. This is not a plus minus line thing. Because
Just win.
I think I want to play the money line. Explain it to me one more time. I want to play money.
So the money line is it's real simple, right? You're just betting on which team you think is going to win. Now the odds are what makes it interesting, right? So if you bet a heavy favorite in baseball, you see it all the time. A heavy favorite could be minus 300, which means you're betting the heavy favorite to win, but you literally have to bet $30 to win $10, right? If a heavy underdog was plus 300, it's the reverse. So you'd be betting $10 to win $30. So in the situation of the Super Bowl with the Bucks plus 145, you'd be betting $10 to win $14.50. And that's what Alex did with his 50,000 UDDA bucks. His 50,000 turned that into 72,500.
You got so lucky.
No, I think I misspoke. I do remember last week when Michael was on saying that I think the Chiefs will win, but in order to win this contest, I'm going to pick the Bucks. I specifically remember saying something around that.
I remember that.
Yeah,
right, but you were going to pick the Bucks to cover.
No, but I think I misspoke then, but what I was thinking, because I saw the odds and you said, Michael, the odds of where were they, minus 130 on plus 3 or something like that? So like the odds weren't, the payout wasn't as, I took the biggest payout with one lump sum I could do on purpose.
So the money line so for me, I really believed the Buccaneers were going to win.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to play the money line. You know, if you go to the racetrack and you say, hey, I want to bet $5 on the number 1 horse to win. Okay. But your friend says, yeah, what I did is I played an exacta box. You go, whoa, what's an exacta box mean? You know? And so like, I didn't know what money line meant. So if I would have known what money line meant, I was so confident that Tampa was going to win that I would have put all my money on the money line and I would have made 122,000 UDDA bucks.
Like I said, in real life, I really did think the Chiefs would win, but for the purposes of this contest, knowing that the biggest payout in one lump sum was that money line, that's what I bet on purpose.
Yeah, see, my problem was I lost all my NBA games on Saturday. I guess I took them Sunday. I lost all my NBA games, so I had less money to bet with for the Super Bowl. But then I won everything on the Super Bowl. I had Tampa on the money line. I had Tampa with the spread, and I actually took the under. So I won all 3 of my Super Bowl bets, but because I lost something like 15,000 UDDA bucks trying to build my bankroll on the NBA. I finished outside of the money, even though I crushed the Super Bowl.
Browner says that he crushed NBA games, but I see on the contest that you're at 0. So what did you do? How much did you go into it with?
I bet with my own money. I bet outside the contest because I need this to go into my pocket, bruh. Okay? I need my UDDA pocket to be fat.
Yeah, but
I'm the NBA king.
But what did you do, though? You had 50,000 UDDA bucks going into the weekend. Did you bet any of your UDDA bucks on basketball, or did you just put them in Kansas City?
I bet 5,000 a game. How
many games? All of them?
All but I think 2, because somebody was hurt and somebody else was out, and I didn't know where they're going to play, so I didn't bet a couple.
No, listen, I'm looking at it. Browner did pretty well betting basketball. He had 54,000 and change, so he won about 4,000 heading into the Super Bowl. So he made some money betting NBA, but he took Kansas City -3, big loss for 41,000 UDDA bucks, and he took the over 56, where he lost another 14,000. So he did do all right betting basketball, but he got crushed.
Oh yeah, I see this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He went 7 and 4 in basketball.
Yeah, and by the way, can I just say, you talk about great friends, right? You talk about great friends on your show. We had almost 200 participants.
Nice.
And it's available for anybody to play, but we only promote it here. We don't, and I think maybe we'll start promoting some Kaplan contests on social, maybe advertise a little bit, but the only place we promote this contest is on this show. And so what great friends you do have, what great friends to the Kaplan and crew, to UDDA. Thank you, listeners, all so much. It was our most successful contest to date. You guys came out in force, was tremendous. I hope everybody enjoyed it. We got plenty more.
Yeah, you know what's cool about this is it is interesting how the great friends have reacted to UDDA. And I think a lot of them are like me. They want to have the action, but they don't want to risk real money. And it's not because, well, no, I guess it is. It's completely because I'm totally cheap. And that is actually the answer. It's not like I was going to try and talk my way out of that. I was going to actually come up with like a whole way of walking around that I'm not cheap and that, but I am. I'm just cheap.
I just think the cool thing about UDA, and at least just speaking for me, is I bet the Bucks because I know that I just trying to win that contest. And if I didn't, then I just lost UDA Bucks. In real life, I never would have bet the Bucks. There never would have been real money placed on the Bucks, and I would have lost. My mindset was totally different on UDA than it is in real life.
And you know, a lot of the people we talk to, a lot of the folks who are on UDA are essentially very similar to you folks who you may never bet, Scott, right? But you know what? Maybe down the road it's going to become legal, and you're going to want to try it, and maybe you'll start betting $10 a game. But what a great place to test some theories, right? Yeah. What a great place to see, hey, am I good at this? Could I? And again, I don't encourage anybody to try and make real income betting on sports for real money. But listen, if you get a rush out of it and it could be a little hobby, that's great. But why not try out UDA first? See if you got what it takes.
I think what this also does, it's greasing the rails for people who don't understand what the money line is. Like, it's helping a lot of people who don't understand true basics of betting because it seems intimidating. And people work too hard for their money to then just kind of put it on something that they don't really understand, but they do want to be involved in. And I think this is helping that a lot.
Yeah. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm trying to learn it. It's kind of like, you ever have a kid who's like, hey, in school, we had this project and we all followed the stock market, and the teacher gave us all 10,000 fake dollars to use to play the stock market. And hey, look at my account. I turned 10,000 into 100,000. And you're like, yeah, but if you did that in real life, you'd have $100,000 in real money. And so you're like, yeah, but do I want to take that risk? And so I think that what I'm learning using UDA is, how do I want to play? I seriously didn't know what the money line meant. And if I would have known, I would have played it. That's how confident I was in Tampa. So this is fun. What are we going to do next? Rhonda, you got any ideas here?
Well, college basketball, March Madness is like this. Isn't that like the second largest gambling time of the year? Super Bowl first, March Madness second. We do have some time to fill.
Yeah. So we are already beginning to plan our March. We're going to do conference tournament pools. We're going to do conference tournament contests, March Madness contests. We're really gearing up. Between then and now, we're actually got 2 contests rolling this weekend. We're actually doing, this was by request, we're actually doing a Champions League soccer contest.
Oh, sign me up.
Starting on this, that's international football. And I'll be honest, I am not. Look, my international soccer knowledge is not great, but I'm going to play. It should be fun. I'll do a little research. But we're doing games, Champions League games, starting on the 16th through the 24th. You can sign up for that contest now. And actually, some of those games are already live on the app. And you'll also notice we're doing an NBA weekend contest this weekend. This one is, you got to pay 2,500 UDA bucks to enter. So the prize pool, I think we put in a minimum of 50,000 UDA bucks as a prize pool. But 2,500 UDA bucks to enter. You can bet on all the games Friday through Sunday. You get your 50,000 bankroll. We're guaranteeing a minimum of a 50,000 UDA buck prize pool in this one. So, have fun, bet the NBA games over the weekend, and be on the lookout for more contests. We're gonna continue to ramp up our contests. And one of the exciting things is we're gonna host our first free-to-play contest, which will have a cash prize the week of the 22nd. So we can talk more about that next week. But we are going to start to introduce some free-to-play contests, right, where it doesn't cost you any cash, doesn't cost you any UDA bucks, and we will have cash prizes for the winner. So it could be anywhere from 150 bucks, 500 bucks. We're going to mix it up a little bit, but we are going to start in addition to winning all the UDA bucks, the winner or the top 1, 2, or 3, there's going to be a cash component as well.
This is cool. I'm blown away by how our audience has responded to this. I really am. It's cool.
Yeah, you guys have been tremendous.
Well, thanks, man.
Michael, I have a question.
Yeah.
I placed a bet on accident on my normal. I bet Manchester City under the 3 goals against Tottenham on Saturday. I really wanted to do the over. How can I cancel that bet?
So, that's a funny thing. In sports wagering, there's no way to cancel a bet. It's user error. It's on you. But here's what you can do. If you wanted the over, let's say you bet 3,000 UDDA on the under, but if you really wanted to bet the over, take 6,000 UDDA and just bet the over. So it'll cancel out your under bet, and then you'll get the 3,000 or however amount you want on the over.
Got
so
it.
just double the amount and plus it on the over. I've heard that question so many times. I've been in Vegas with people who have bet the wrong thing. You got to tell them, hey, you got to go bet the opposite now.
Yeah, it happens. It happens sometimes in horse racing too. You're like, yeah, I want the 4 to win. I want the 3 for, and then you get your ticket and you're like, oh my God, that's not really what I meant. I didn't mean that. And then you're stuck.
Look, Mike, it's time to do Browner versus everybody. Let's do something where I get to pick NBA games against the great friends. Because, I get a lot of flack for my basketball takes on this show. Alex got a couple haters in his corner that always supporting him and that purple and ugly gold. So it's time for me to put my money to the wood, make it good. Hook me up.
Let's you and I talk about that. We're going to set up a contest where it's the Beat Browner NBA contest.
Yeah.
Everybody that beats you is going to get some sort of a prize, but we got to make it interesting where if a certain percentage of the great friends actually wind up beating you, we got to come up with some sort of a penalty for you.
Right. Which gets us back to our man, Jeremy, from earlier in the show, Alex, where Jeremy wants to do those like eating contests, like the hot chips and stuff. And I love watching Browner suffer. So, I mean, if like 50% of the audience beats Browner, then he has to do something.
Totally. And you know what? You mentioned eating. It was so cool. This week, somebody put up a TikTok, tagged UDDA about bet his friends that he could eat more buffalo wings in 15 minutes than his buddy could. And they put it up on TikTok and they placed a bet on UDDA using the custom bet feature. So we love it. I mean, we're seeing all sorts of fun kind of eating competitions and some other fun custom bets, all that you can do on UDDA. It's really cool to see that somebody posted that to TikTok and tagged us on it.
When are we going to do the decathlon?
You tell me.
I think it's too early to talk about it right now.
Is it?
Well, I did see Fauci say by April it should be open season for vaccinations. So maybe we can start looking at,
So when I get that Johnson & Johnson, everything's on the table.
Yeah, as soon as I get a needle in my arm, dude, we'll schedule the next, after I get the side effects, we'll go right after that, baby.
You know that I read an article yesterday that said that 1 in 3 Americans say that they're not going to take the vaccine because they're skeptical of what they're putting in their bodies, and they're skeptical if they actually need it. And if everybody else around them is getting it, then why do they need it? But I was surprised by that number. 33% of people are saying they're not taking the vaccine.
I'm not.
We're never getting
That's why we vaccinate.
Never.
That's why we vaccinate babies. That's why we vaccinate babies and kids, man.
What did you say, Michael?
I said we're never getting out of this.
Ever. That's a large 33% is a large amount of people.
That is.
And that 33% will be concentrated higher in other places than it will in other places. Some places will be 2%, some places will be 45%. It's insane, dude. Just take the shot.
You know, it's crazy though.
I don't know what I'm putting in my body. Some of y'all smoke crack. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like, you don't even know what you eat, what you put in your body on a daily basis. And you want to not take a shot? Why? The government trying to take you out? Get out of here.
You have a cell phone?
Right. You have a driver's license, fool? You rent an apartment, you own a home.
Dude, my grandma
gulp of cherry cola too, right? Like drinking a big gulp of cherry cola, but I don't know what I put in my body.
Right.
My grandma is 83 years old, doesn't speak English, American citizen, refuses to take the shot. She will not listen to any of us, dude. I don't know what it is. I cannot. My sister's been vaccinated. She works in the medical field. I have cousins that work in medical field. We've all been telling her, can you please take the shot, Grandma? She refuses to do it. Refuses. It blows my mind.
Old school Mexican, huh?
Yep. Old school Mexican. And I was like, dude, I don't know. I mean, we cook our food with lard and you're worried about a vaccine.
Wow. Won't take the vaccine.
Won't take it. 83 years old. Healthy as can be for an 83-year-old. You know, cleans the house every day, cooks food every day. Healthy 83-year-old.
Well, right.
Refuses to take it.
She's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to take that for? Look how healthy I am.
But oh gosh, but if it drops below 50 degrees, the woman falls apart. The woman falls apart if it drops. She's like, oh my God, I'm freezing my bones. Yeah.
You listen to this. Austin, Texas. Today, high of 30. I think Sunday or Monday, we're supposed to get 4 inches of snow.
Oh, wow.
Like 15.
Dude,
Snows in Texas?
Unheard of here.
Dude, Austin, Texas. We had this conversation earlier. I've got a bunch of friends that have recently bought houses in Austin, Texas. I know you know them, Michael.
Yeah.
These guys are going into Austin. Like, we need to buy a house. They're like, okay, here's the price. That's where my friend told me. He's like, there were 20 people waiting outside of a house. The house was $800,000. The realtor walked out of the house and said to everybody that was waiting to get in, we've raised the price to $1 million because of the demand. Everybody else went in. Dude, the house sold for cash, $1.2 million.
It's crazy.
Austin, Texas is going crazy. All right.
It's blowing up.
Michael Kirshner, UDDA Sports, UDDA, UDDA Man. UDDA is the app. Come play with us. Come make these wagers. And we're going to start building bets that you can beat Browner. Michael, great to talk to you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks to all the great friends. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Let's wrap things up here, man. I don't know if anybody could see me on screen. Probably not. Hopefully not. Dude, I've been hacksawing all over myself.
What's going on with you? You got the Rona?
I stepped out for one of the breaks.
Yeah.
My daughter who's not in school today because one of the kids in school has a positive test, so everybody cleared out.
Crazy.
Okay. And she made me like this egg combo, eggs and sausage and onions and spinach, and delicious. And next to it were tortilla chips. And I had one at a break. Like,
oh no.
And I came back in, and dude, I don't know, man. I've been choking for 40 minutes.
It's still in there?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, man,
anyway,
that sucks.
I know it does. Fun day today. Until tomorrow, great friends. Peace.
I'm going to go shoot these birds outside.